Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your girl AniYa A, and we are live here in the AniYa A studios. Well, we are working on getting this space to where we want it to be. And of course, IG's filter is so sexy tonight. And if you guys are following me on IG, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you watch me on Instagram, it is not the same vibe, fam. So it breaks my heavenly heart that there's like this natural thing happening on what you call it on Instagram, but on Facebook and on like Zoom, it's not as beautiful and sexy. But we're gonna make it do what it do because it's your girl AniYa A live. So we are here tonight for the first time in a while, and I'm just so thankful to number one be alive, but number two, I had to come and talk to you guys about all the tea and the drama that's been hitting the streets as of late. And you all know I am an activist at heart. Thank you, Gregory Roberts. It's so good to see you here with me live. Definitely stay connected because you know when I go live, you are always here to support, my dear. And I am super blessed and highly favored that you are always here, right, with your girl AniYa A, right? So, as you guys know, peace, brother. Antonio is live. More knowledge is live in the building. As you guys know, again, I'm an activist, right? And if you guys have any trouble hearing me, let me know because I want to make sure we are on the same page this evening. So, as you all know, I'm an activist. As you guys can see, I have my Nan pin on, right? Because I've been in the streets doing a lot today. And so tonight, I just wanted to take a moment to do a little bit of tea sipping, and I don't even have a mug with me, but that's okay. If you have your mug with you, go ahead and sip on that tea, fam, because tonight we have a lot to delve into. As you guys know, there is always something going on in the media, right? Always some tea that's dropping, spilling. Somebody's in a relationship, then they're not in a relationship, then they're breaking up and making up. So, what happened this past weekend, and that really prompted me to go live, irregardless of what was happening. Like, I had to take another energy drink situation because I had to come and talk about this. And the reason I had to talk about this tonight is because of the situation that occurred around this particular relationship. We are going to start off. We are going to start off with one of the hottest topics, I think. And I usually want to start with the hottest topic, but I almost forgot. That's why I'm live tonight, right? So we're going to talk about Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti. Mind you, the funny part is, and I hate to admit it, but like honestly, what is really Yo Gotti known for besides his name, the Gotti name, right? So Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti just a couple of weeks ago broke the internet. Broke the internet. Oh my God, Yo Gotti and Angela broke up. Then all this tea and mess started coming out, fam. I mean, like out of the trenches. If you guys don't remember this a couple of weeks ago, but if you're not like a YouTuber like me, like I stay in these YouTube streets, then you wouldn't comprehend how great it gets, as well as Facebook, as well as Instagram. Like, even though I'm a mother, even though I have a lot of responsibilities at home, even though like I'm always working on something and I'm an activist, like under Reverend Al Sharpton, but I stay watching the tea because these are people's real lives. Like, this is not like, oh, General Hospital or like As the Day Turns or whatever, like soap opera. This is like real life. So as you guys know, a while ago, we literally saw that Angela and Yo Gotti got together. If you don't know much about Angela Simmons, she's the daughter of like Rev Run or Run Rev or whatever. And you already know they have been in the streets famous for dumb long with her parents. You know, they always had some beef. Then they had a show, and then they had all sorts of things happening. And I think Angela's baby daddy was murdered, if I'm not mistaken. If her baby daddy wasn't murdered, it was definitely what's her name, the one that be singing and she has her show, Candy Burris. I think it was Candy's first baby daddy that was murdered. Either way, child, y'all don't even focus on who got murdered or not. Let's focus on this. So a few months back, right, we all saw that Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti got together. Then all of a sudden, Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti it was speculated, it was, rumored that they broke up. Right. And then here's why I had to start this off with this type of tea on tonight. The reason being is because whomever started the rumor mill, about Angela and Yo Gotti breaking up, literally put out so much information, like personal information about Angela Simmons. And I was literally very pissed off. And the reason being is because, like, it seemed like whoever had all of this information on her was like trying to slur her name. It was like they were trying to make her look bad. It was like they were trying to make her look dumb. They were talking about all her personal finance situation. Thank you, sister. President Cheryl Huff says she loves my pen. It was like, and you guys can chime in on this. It was like they were trying to make that young lady look really bad. They was talking about personal finance situations, that her money wasn't correct. And it was just really sad to see that people were going to such lengths to really drag Angela Simmons. Now, I'm sitting back like this, right? What did Angela even do to you all for you guys to come at Angela like that? And then part two, because I'm very analytical and I go through a lot with stupid people too. And I know people are always waiting in the background to literally try to drop tea on you or either shame you or make you look bad. I have like bad family members that are like this. I know some people that have done this to me and things of that nature. It's like you fall out for whatever stupid reason, and all of a sudden your name is in the streets. So I really feel in my heart, whoever was dropping all this information on Angela Simmons, it was almost like they were waiting for her downfall. It was like they were waiting for something to happen with her and Yo Gotti, even though again, I don't even know what Yo Gotti does, but whatever. It was like they were really waiting for her downfall or their breakup or even a rumor of their breakup for them to get up in the blogs to talk bad about that young lady. And the reason I had to start this whole platform tonight about this is because people that you think are your friends, your family members, people that you have been there for, people that you think is your ride or die, those are the same people that are in these streets waiting for something to happen so that they could drag you in the mud. They could drag you for the filth. They could make you look so stupid, even though they don't even know everything going on, fam. So I had to start this off tonight because I was so upset when I saw all this stuff that was said about her because who needed to know anything about her personal finances because of a breakup? So it got me to thinking that it had to be somebody close to her that was spreading these vicious rumors. Either that or somebody was selling information to the bloggers to make that young lady look stupid. Because if you notice, when they were saying all the bad things about Angela, they weren't saying the bad things about Yo Gotti. Mind you, again, we don't even know what Yo Gotti does. I mean, some of y'all might know, but I don't. Either way, I'm just letting you know, fam, be careful out here in the streets and be careful who you talk to and be careful who you trust because a lot of people that you think is trustworthy is waiting for your downfall. And I know somebody needed that word tonight. Somebody has been needing this word, and I'm here to provide because at the end of the day, I'm a minister by God in his name. Amen. But also, I'm a really caring individual. So I just wanted to share that, like off rip, off top, that situation made me so upset because it seemed like somebody was waiting for their downfall, for Angela and Yo Gotti to have a problem, for them to smear that girl's name in the mud. And I'm not here for it because that wasn't nice. But guess what, fam? On the flip side, you guys see what happened. They're right back together. And more than likely, fam, they never really broke up. That's the funny part. So y'all better be careful who you talking about, who you trying to drag, who you sitting here making fun of, because you don't know people's real life situations. You may think something is so bad, right? More knowledge. More knowledge is right here in my corner. Thank you, brother. And I am truth hurt said was laughing or whatever. I am truth first 357 is laughing or whatnot. But it's the truth. Be careful who you put your mouth on, because oftentimes people will sit there and think they dragging somebody for Phil, and at the same time nothing really going on. There might be a lack of communication. You might not see all their pictures together on social media because that's nobody's business when a couple is having their issues. But if you're the friend or the relative or the neighbor or somebody that's waiting for somebody's downfall so you can put all their business out, shame on you. And I pray God gets you and gives you a piece of that karma that you have served, because karma is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. And karma knows who she's coming for. So be very careful, because as we can see, Gotti is picking up his baby and they're back together. We don't know for how long, but that's none of our business, right? But I noticed all the negative press around this young lady, and that was incopacetic. So that's number one. I had to talk about it. I had to get that off my chest because I have been in situations like I said. Big manual talk, sister. Thank you, bro. Let the people know we talking live tonight, because at the end of the day, like, people are disgusted. And I really thought about it, and I was really perplexed and hurt that somebody dragged that girl's personal finances an entire life after they've been on TV and radio and doing their thing for dumb long. Like, that was so unnecessary, and that hurt my heart. So I had to talk about that, number one. And whoever's going through that now, be encouraged. Be encouraged, because the other people that's doing all this stuff, their day is coming. So yes, we're going straight to the next one. Pamela Clark is in the building. I see Pamela Clark. Leave your comments. Let me know how you guys are feeling about these topics tonight, because we getting in, y'all. Like I said, I'm typically not one for the garbage and the drama and all of the, soap operas and all this kind of foolishness with these people in reality TV and all of that. But tonight we going in because it really hurts my heart when I see certain things like that situation. Now, before we get into Ashanti and Nelly, because I want a particular person. If you all know Michelle Descartes, I think that's how to pronounce her last name, please tag her and let her know AniYa 8 is on live, and I want her to jump in so we could talk about Nelly and Ashanti. That's a subject I want her to be a part of. So if anybody knows her, let her know we're live and I want her to tap on in. Then we're going to talk about it when she taps on it. But for right now, let's talk about Shirley Strawberry, Ernesto, Sonia, her boss, Mr. Big Lip himself, Steve Harvey, and his wifey. Let's talk about that. And the reason I want us to talk about that is for the following. That situation where Shirley Strawberry came out of left field, fam. And I have to talk about it because at the end of the day, this goes to show exactly what I've been talking about a lot of times. When people don't have their whole lives together and we steady up here listening to them for advice, we steady up here thinking that they got everything good and going on, and all the while their life is trash. And I hate to say that about Shirley Strawberry because she's obviously an elder. I think they say Shirley Strawberry gonna be in her 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And I hate to talk about our elders like that, but I'm not gonna hold you. What happened with Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey show is disgusting, disturbing, perplexing, all of the things that we know of. Because at the very end of the day, fam, even though my life is not perfect, none of us are perfect, but I'll be damned if I would be giving anybody advice and my life looked like Shirley Strawberry's life behind closed doors. Shirley Strawberry gives love advice. Like, she has like a platform where she like has people calling in, sending letters, asking advice about relationships and love. All the while, she has been married to a committed felon that's out here in these streets, like having sex. I don't even know if I can say this like on this platform, but yes, I can. Having sex for money, like pay for play, like stealing women's money. Recently there was another situation about this. It wasn't R. Kelly, it wasn't P. Diddy, it was somebody else that was out here taking women's monies and acting like they were gonna do something for the women. If you guys know who I'm talking about, just type it in the comments. I'll read it in a minute. But I feel like he's following some other kind of playbook by some other dudes that we've been seeing in the media. But either way, it's horrible. It's trash. And I am so upset because at the end of the day, a lot of young people, middle-aged people, older people, every age group listens to Steve Harvey. And if anybody knows the Steve Harvey show or Steve Harvey himself or his wife, let him know I am so upset right now. Don't come for me, Steve. But at the end of the day, Tasha K, my homie, I'm gonna send her this platform because I'm shouting her out again, broke it down so carefully that it makes me really sick to my stomach as I think about it. So Steve Harvey wrote a book, Act Like a Man, Think Like a Woman, and all of that, right? Every female was like, oh my God, because it was a movie. It was like everything. And I'm not gonna hold you though. Steve Harvey be hitting the points. Like Steve Harvey really schooled us females. A lot of us females already knew the game or whatever from having, grown men in our lives, fathers that are players, brothers that are players, etc. So I'm not gonna say like he taught me everything, but he taught me some things, in that situation with that book and that movie. So I'm gonna give him his props. But how about Steve Harvey married Lori Harvey's mom? I don't remember that chick's name right now. If y'all remember her name, let me know. Lori Harvey's mom, who's out here, who had two baby daddies that were like cousins, but also dope boys. Steve Harvey married a woman that was in the streets, and literally her first husband, aka baby daddy, whatever, was actually married to another woman when Steve Harvey's wife went ahead and scooped him from his wife, right? And had a baby by him, right? Then let him take the charges, which I mean, at the end of the day, she was pregnant. So it's not like it was all something that was premeditated in my mind because she was pregnant and the baby daddy or husband or whatever was like, yeah, go ahead and let me do the time for my wifey or whatever because she's pregnant with my seed, whatever. So that was real noble of him. Espérate, but listen to the problem at hand. Like she had that situation, then she got with another dope boy. Then she just magically finds Steve Harvey and then marries him and steals him from his wife. Now, I may not be 100% correct with the data, the information, but whatever it is, it does not look good. Furthermore, may I add that what's going on with Steve Harvey is also going on with Shirley Strawberry. I don't want to get into the whole like mystical thing. Oh, their names both start with SS and all that kind of foolishness, but it is kind of weird, right? I just want to say though, like how y'all on national platforms and you both are married to a bunch of felons and stuff. And you are sitting here trying to give people advice about love, relationships, what not to do when y'all is doing everything wrong in the playbook. I don't get it, but I will say you all are making a whole lot of money and you're doing your thing irregardless. And I'm just perplexed by the situation. But surely, I'm gonna tell you this, Ma, what your husband has been doing in these streets and what he has done to you is not a good look. And at the end of the day, there are so many spin-off YouTube situations going on right now with this Sonya chick who happens to be the side piece to Nesto, who's in prison, who's your husband, Shirley. And at the same token, Shirley, you knew about his past and you still let him put it on you and make you stigmatized so that you don't even see nothing, hear nothing, and you are going crazy for this man. And now he's locked up with all these charges. Make it make sense. I'm so upset right now. I mean, my blood pressure be getting high and everything when I hear all this stuff. And like I said, I can't come on live every single day because of my situation with my son, because that's a little handful. But I'm glad I had quite a few topics to talk about tonight because not only did we have the situation with Sonya, with Shirley, with Steve, all these S's, mind you, and then, of course, Steve Harvey's wife, I don't remember her name, but Lori Harvey obviously is following her mother's footsteps. But I hope this eldest guy is able to hold down Miss Lori for a little bit so that she don't keep acting crazy in these streets and just breaking hearts. And I mean, it's like finally men are getting a piece of the puzzle and a piece of the pie, whereas their hearts are getting broken too, whatever. But I don't even see it like that because at the end of the day, she's making a bad example of herself as well as young women in this day and age because now as you can see, a lot of young women, excuse me, are talking about all this nasty stuff. And guess what, fam? They're not built like these men. So oftentimes we pretend as females, and I'm gonna go to the next topic, but I have to share this. Leave your comments, fam. We want to hear from you on tonight. Oftentimes, we as females, we pretend we're like, we could do this, and we don't care about that. And you know what? And he gonna find out who I am, and my name gonna ring bells in his head. And you know what I'm saying? When I put that thing down on him, his cousin, his brother, his best friend, and then guess what? We at home brokenhearted. And if we happen to get pregnant with one of those dudes, who's going to take care of the household, ma'am? Because you run in the streets, you thinking it's so easy. You thinking that you could just be in everybody's bed, everybody could be in your bed, but then you end up knocked up and you don't know who the baby daddy is. Make it make sense. So for those that are following in the footsteps of people like Lori Harvey, first of all, understand you don't have Lori Harvey money, you don't have Lori Harvey connections, and karma is not cute again. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what's happening in Hollywood, understand something. There's gonna be a point in time where karma's gonna come knocking. But either way, let's talk about the God factor, right? God doesn't want us as women to be out here in the streets like that. Like seriously. So because Lori Harvey's mom did what she did, that doesn't mean, Lori, you should go ahead and be like that and just make a fool out of yourself and all these women. Because guess what, fam? We as women, we receive. So whatever the man is putting inside of us, and I'm not even talking about strictly sexual, like semen and all that kind of stuff. It's like literally spiritual connection, soul ties, and all of that too. So you running around here with all these men, and you in Hollywood at the top echelon of everything, and you thinking that you bought it. But then there's gonna come a time where you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be out of pocket. Because guess what? You cannot be like that because women are supposed to be receivers, men are givers. So that means they're giving you a whole lot of baggage, a whole lot of stuff that they have spent up inside of them, and those different soul ties that they have created is now being transferred to you. So I'm gonna leave that whole situation alone. Y'all can comment on that if you want to, but surely I am really sad about you. My brother Antonio, aka More Knowledge, said facts. Because he be knowing, we be talking about the spiritual stuff, so he be knowing. Right, brother? This whole thing with like soul ties, connections, spirituality, and oh, I can't even finish because I gotta say this last part, right? Back in the day, when I was a little player thug, because duh, I've been through that whole like thing too, like playing in these streets or whatever. I never had multiple sexual relations because I'm a Libra Scorpio. And if you know anything about the Libra, I like justice and peace, and I really don't like people in my face anyway. So so I cannot be having sexual encounters with more than one person anyway, because I can't handle all of the different personalities and all the kind of stuff that come with it. So either way, I'm like, mm-mm. But I will date multiple people, like having conversations, going out, and different things like that. So here's what I want to say about that. Even when you're dating, like going out to dinners, being on the phone, texting, this, that, and the third, do y'all know that those are spiritual connections as well? Do y'all realize that these are soul ties that you're formulating with people because at the end of the day, it's all energy, given, taken, shared. So while you're thinking, right, it's just about getting in the bedroom, it's not. We don't even have to go that far because anytime you're in communication with people, and may I add this, and now this is like really a serious thing. Have you all ever had a conversation with somebody, walked away and had a massive headache? Have you all ever gone out to dinner in a social setting and felt like a pain in your body? You didn't know where that came from and you were fine moments prior? It's because it's an energy thing. It's a God thing. It's a spiritual thing, but it's really an energy thing because we are made out of energy nonetheless, like our souls, our spirits, all of that energy, right? So just be careful. And I'll do a whole nother show, another thing about that when it comes to the spirituality side, because I'll have Bible verses for you. I will have all sorts of information and data so you guys can comprehend what I'm talking about. Because a lot of you are going to be like, what is AniYa saying? I'll break it down another time. But just comprehend this. You don't just have to lay up in somebody's bed and they don't have to just lay up in your bed for you to receive their energy and be all mixy, right? oftentimes just having conversations, just seeing people, just being in the same space, you can also pick up on their energies. So be very careful because it's real out here. So let's close with that segment and let's move forward, fam. And again, if you guys have any comments on tonight, let your girl know. Oh, Michelle is in the building. Michelle is in the building. Michelle Descartes. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, but she is in the building. Somebody rang her up and she has shown up in the building. So we could talk about Nelly and Ashanti because a lot of you wanted to hear about that. I've gotten inboxes, I've gotten information that you guys wanted to hear about this. My big brother Mo Knowledge just put it out. And of course, just a couple of days ago, literally, right? My girl left a comment. Michelle left a comment on my platform when I put some information out about Ashanti and how she was dressing at 43 years old. And Michelle was like, "What that gotta do with anything? She's always dressed like that." Well, here's what I have to say about that. Number one, I'm not saying Ashanti is too old to be acting like this, but I will say this for those that are watching that are not yet married and that are like looking for love in all the wrong places and all of that stuff. Understand the reason I put it out there was to see people's reaction, first of all. I always do stuff like that, right? I'll put something out there just to see how people will react and what people have to say. But furthermore, let's talk about the fact that as 43, uh-huh. Okay, love you, Mimosa. Love you, love you, love you. I have to go. Eyes are closed and been up all day. No problem. Check back later. Check back later. You guys tap on in. But let's talk about this with Nelly and Ashanti. You guys type on whatever, comments that you have about this. Love you all for joining and then leaving it. I know you'll be back another time, but come on back whenever. Leave more comments and listen to this at your leisure and leave your comments then too. When Nelly and Ashanti, right? Nelly never married Ashanti. And here's why I put it out like that. Excuse me, Nelly never married Ashanti. Of course, Ashanti was dating, I want to say, what's his name? Oh, another Gotti, Irv Gotti and stuff, right? Nelly was beefing with Irv Gotti back in the day. We know the whole story. Ja was up in the mix trying to settle the score, getting everybody back on target to get their thing with Murder Inc. We know the whole movement was all dismantled because there was mad situations going on, mad beefs. And a lot of times they say, the thing that happens with wars is because vaginas involved or whatever. Like, I don't believe that. I don't think it's always about females when it comes to wars and men's egos and things of that nature. It obviously is a lot more, you know what I'm saying? Especially now in these times today. But if we want to talk about Murder Inc., if we want to talk about Ja Rule, if we want to talk about Ashanti and Nelly, that definitely was a beef, but it was more like an ego thing, and it was more like a situation where like Irv and Ashanti was doing their thing. And like Nelly probably knew that. And because in the industry, it's really messy. So it had to be like Nelly had to get up on Irv's girl because they had a secret beef going on. And of course, look at Nelly. Oh my God. Look at Nelly, right? Irv didn't stand a chance. Did not stand a chance. Did not have like, and I hate to say it, but Irv compared to Nelly, like there was nothing nobody could say about that. And here's why I have to throw in the Irv Gotti Nelly situation too, right? And this is in my humble opinion. Irv Gotti is like Trinidadian. Island dudes are different. Island dudes have like these complexes, and especially if they like ballers, shot callers, this, that, and the third, beating cases like Irv was beating and whatnot. They gonna feel like I got the girl, even though I got my wifey at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm flexing, I'm making moves. Ashanti's the number one singer right now, this, that, and the third, and I'm doing my thing big time. And then Nelly's like, "Oh yeah, let me slide on through real quick." Right? And then you see how all of that played out. But the reason I have posted what I posted about Nelly, or excuse me, Ashanti at 43, you never got the ring from Nelly. I'm not saying that tomorrow Nelly's not going to give her the ring, right? When I posted this just the other day, if you look at some of the pictures surrounding that picture with Ashanti's legs all out, titties out, and all of that stuff, if you just look real quick at Nelly's face, He looking mad, disgusted, and disturbed. Because here's the bottom line, and I don't care what nobody says. Men don't want their women out there looking like that. Tonight, I just happen to be all covered up. Some nights I'm not all covered up. A lot of times I'm not all covered up because here's the bottom line. When you have a double D package, sometimes they can't always be covered up. But tonight it's extra cold, and I was like, let me just put on everything I got right quick. Yo, neck, everything down. Boom, extra layers, whatever. But if you look at my boy Nelly real close in them pictures that happened where they were at some event, I think a gala recently, Nelly's looking really perplexed and really side-eyeing, like, the situation, because I don't think he was real comfortable with his girl wearing what she was wearing. And the reason I had to put it out there like that is because I want you females to understand something. These dudes could be acting like they want you to be half naked all the time, legs out, booty out, titties out, but secretly, that's not what they want. That's not what they want. They don't want the females that they're with to be showcased like that because they know other dude is checking them. So, irregardless of what's going on with Nelly and Ashanti, because right after that whole gala situation, we hear that during the gala, Nelly is talking about, Ashanti's pregnant. But where the ring at though? Are there signs of some kind of mixy situation in that situation? Because at the end of the day, we have to see what's really gonna happen because Nelly and Ashanti been on and off for like 2 decades already, and we still haven't seen the ring yet. So that's why I wanted to talk about that tonight, as well as the other topics. And wait a minute, I think I finished all of them. Oh, sidebar. Somebody without a ring as well, which is pissing me off. Tamar Braxton with this dude that's in the streets dogging her out for filth by the name of Jeremy, I think that white boy name is. An attorney, a white boy in Atlanta that has 5 different black baby mamas who literally just broke up with Tamar, called her out on her name so many which ways, made her look so stupid, and now we're seeing that Tamar went right back to that man. After everything that just happened, after the situation with Krishan Rock, after he dogged her out and made her look so stupid all over social media. Come on, Tamar. And then wait, Tony and Birdman are broken up too. I don't know what's going on with the Braxton sisters, but we're not going to stay on this topic for too long. If you guys have anything about that you want to share, please chime in, send in your messages, and we'll talk about that too. Moving forward and moving on. Closing up this whole segment on tonight, I want to share this last part here. Did you guys know that the White House said no to Hanukkah this year? You guys know I always have to throw in some political something, and this is my little political report because I don't have much else to say about all of the things that are going on. So I'll shut it down with this. Apparently, I just got a message that the White House is not celebrating Hanukkah this year, and there are a lot of mad people about that, as they would be, especially since there's a lot of Jewish connections, as well as the whole Israel thing happening with Hamas, and all of these, wars are breaking out. A lot of money is being given to Israel versus the Palestinians and Hamas. And now the White House is like, oh, we're saying no to Hanukkah, or like they like to say, Hanukkah, right? I know a lot of people are so pissed off right now. And at the end of the day, I'm just here to see what's going to happen next. And this is where I close. Obviously, you guys know I'm not a big fan of people that be scamming, people that be throwing the rock, hiding their hand, and acting up. So here's the bottom line with that, right? In regards to the Jewish community, it's not fair. Ooh, I heard you got a little wood. Ooh, sister, wait, don't you just go off and say goodnight. Now, who we talking about? Who? Wait a minute, hold on. Before this Israel thing, who, sis? Who? Because I've been talking about a lot of people. What is you talking about? Please tell us. Who got a little what? Nelly or Irv Gotti? Or are we talking about Ja Rule? Or who, sis? Please let us know. I had to stop everything because Nelly, oh my God, no. Pamela Clark, don't play with me. Pamela Clark, that I have never heard. Please, Sister Pamela, before you go to sleep, because you talking about something, your eyes hurt and you going to sleep. Don't play with me. Who told you this information? Let us know so we could talk about that. Because at the end of the day, I have a few more minutes. I'm going to the gym in a few because I gotta get this body right and tight while I'm talking about bodies and bagging people and all this other stuff. Listen to me. I need to know what is you talking about. Where did you get this report that Nelly has a small pecker? Oh my God. So while she's writing, because Pamela Clark stays with the mess, and I love her for it, right? In regards to the political mayhem that's going on, in regards to Israel, I just don't like how Israel people, like Israelites or like the Jews or whatever, not all of them. I'm not, and before I move further, I am not anti-Semitic. How can I be? Like me and my rest of my black people, like are the original Semites and all of that, right? So when you people act like we're anti-Semitic because we're calling you out on your BS, stop your madness, shut it up. Either way, you don't phase me because a lot of the stuff you do is a lot of trickery and we're not here for it. So don't play with me. So here's the bottom line. So when it comes to Israel and all this kind of stuff, right? They have all of the power because they have been able to brainwash a lot of people, a lot of communities, etc. I'm not saying all of them are like this, but for so far, if you watch and listen to the media, which they control, mind you will see that a lot of the people that are behind closed doors, a lot of the attorneys, the judges, the political affiliates, those that are in high power happen to be Jewish people. Now, how did they get into those positions? It is, in my humble opinion, as somebody who sits around and analyzes everything, and plus I pray a lot, I ask God to show me things, signs, wonders, and I read the Bible. I read a lot of stuff, actually. I literally spend a lot of time reading things besides watching these YouTube stories and things of that nature. So while Pamela Clark is talking about, where she got that information about Nelly, we're going to continue and then shut it down with this. At the end of the day, when you sit here and you constantly say that you have been victimized and oppressed by the people and that it's not fair that you have gone through all of this pain and this sorrow, right? In regards to the Holocaust and other situations dating back to the Bible, which the Bible, mind you, is the youngest, or excuse me, the Christianity religion is the youngest religion out of basically all of the religions. So therefore, what happened before the Bible is something that we always have to go back to and analyze and really ask the question, why is it, right, that the Israelites were treated so poorly? What did they do? What really went down in these times for all of these things to happen to a people and for them to be treated so poorly? Furthermore, we have to analyze and really identify all the other extenuating situations around the Israelites and the Jewish people and how they've been able to manipulate everybody around them in order to get to the very top. And why do I have so much passion when I say certain things? Because I don't like hypocrites. I don't like hypocrisy. And if I've ever done anything to any of you and you feel like I've done something wrong to you, call me out. Call me up. Let's talk about it. I don't have a lot of time oftentimes because I'm in the gym, I'm working, I'm, doing different things. I'm back to writing. I'm in these YouTube streets hard. But I like to know when I've done something out of pocket so we can correct it and move forward because that's how I am. In regards to the Israelites and the Jewish people, though, for thousands of years, they've been singing the same song. And as we can see, their community has benefited more than anybody else in the world. And something about that just does not sit right because there is no way on this God green earth that you're the only people that have been victimized when we, as the original Black people of the world, have the most hurt, pain, PTSD, you name it, than anybody in the world. And may I also add, we have not even gotten not even one penny of reparations. We haven't gotten any type of recompense. We haven't gotten anything for our troubles, our pains, our slavery, us building this entire country, you name it. We are still sitting on the sidelines while the Israelites continue to benefit, even on us in the prison industrial system. So make it make sense. So when I see reports that Hanukkah is not being celebrated according to the White House, here's another thing, and here's another reason why, for me, that's almost like finally we're starting to have some fairness. When it comes to Hillary Rodham Clinton, she happens to be of Jewish descent. Now, oftentimes I don't talk about the things that I know because it's very dangerous when you talk about politics. But I will share this and then I close because about 10 to 20 years ago or so, I feel like Bill Clinton had a little bit of heart, a little bit of sensibility, and actually apologized to Haiti for the mess that him, his crew, his wife, and all of those that surround him have created in Haiti. These are just a little piece, just a little piece of information that I want to close off with tonight. Because yes, we could talk about all the drama, we could talk about the zen, we could sip the tea when it comes to the entertainment industry, which is also literally formulated by the powerful people of the media. We know who owns the media. Here's the bottom line. Why do I get so upset when people have no knowledge or very limited knowledge and access and information when it comes to Haiti, my people? Years ago, when the Clintons made their deals, went into Haiti, acted like the Haitian friend, and came in and tried their best to literally come in and act like they cared about Haiti and things of that nature. At the same token, they ravished the land when it comes to the rice that we used to have and we used to, make and produce right out of Haiti, they wiped it out. They said, no, it's best that we have rice, made and exported from America. Haiti, you don't need to make rice in your country. We'll take care of that. When it came to the coffee, I believe it was the same thing. But the bottom line, and one of the biggest slaps in the face that Hillary Clinton, as well as her husband Bill Clinton, did to Haiti, which continues to bother me to this day, is the situation with the black cochon noir, the Haitian pig. If anybody's familiar with the Haitian culture, you know that's something that we eat on a continuous basis. Is it healthy? Absolutely freaking not. But it's food and God gave it to us to eat. And they also removed the Haitian pig from our communities because they wanted to take complete control over the land of Haiti, which they succeeded at. So at the very end of the day, understand that while you all are sitting here praising some people in the political regime, and I know I'm not going to get thousands of views on this. I know people are not going to be so happy when I share certain things because people want me to shut up a lot of times. But I'll be damned if I'm going to shut the hell up when it comes to my damn people. And tonight is the night. After I've given you the tea to sip, you're going to listen to this right quick. Why is it that you all continue to praise the Democratic damn it party that hasn't done a damn thing for the Black community? We still haven't gotten our reparations. We still have no George Floyd law. The Asians get slapped one time, they get $30 billion. They're living happily with their laws. They still are buying up everything in New York as well as Harlem now, because that is their intent and purpose to buy up Harlem. Where's the Harlem Renaissance, Black people? You have become so complacent with the damn Democratic Party that you have allowed these people to come right in and take everything that we own. And I say we, I just got here. But guess what? I have to rebuild myself. And that's what I've been working on the low, so that I can reestablish everything that God told me that I would have. But you guys sit here and you want to just keep voting Democratic. Keep giving them your vote. This time around, we didn't vote for Hillary because we saw all of the foolishness. But what did Biden do? Was Biden any better this time around? Fam, I'm gonna shut it down tonight because I gotta get this body right and tight because there's a war coming. And Black people, you need to wake up and get back up. Because at the end of the day, we've been complacent for too long. And when you hear me talking about certain issues, understand it's not what meets the eye. It's the things that are brewing below. It's the things that I never talk about. But as of late, I've been communicating certain things that have been hurting me because for the past 20 years, ever since learning this information, who was I gonna tell? Right? Who even gave a damn? None of you, because none of you care. None of you are going to do anything about it anyway. But the ancestors are rising up, as we can see as of late. So therefore, we're going to communicate about it. We're going to do certain things, and we're not going to let it be exposed to the world to know, because once you let the right hand know what the left hand is doing, then it's all nil, it's done. You understand what I mean? But let's keep moving forward. And if you see me upset about certain issues, understand it's not for no reason. I just have my reasons that I haven't often shared with all of you because, again, it falls on deaf ears oftentimes. But tomorrow, or is it Thursday? Thursday, I have a very big meeting with a very powerful sister, and I'm going to be able to share a lot more with her so that we can continue to put our heads together and see what we can do for our country and our people. But for the Black American people that's in this land, hear me good. The Chinese are taking over. We know that they're the head of the Security Council in the United Nations right now. And trust and believe, we have intel that they want to take over all of Harlem. And I'll be damned if I'm speaking Chinese in the next few years. So y'all get that together. And for the Jewish people, stop your madness. I don't like ugly. Have a good night, everybody. I'm shutting it down. I gotta go. Bye.